but next, who killed Cruz the chocolate lab? The mystery that surrounds two pet dogs shot dead. There's something going on in the Bay of Plenty that has one dog owner very worried. When Greg Clarke's chocolate Labrador went missing a month ago, he left no stone unturned. He searched day and night, delivering pamphlets, even taking out a full-colour newspaper ad. Greg did find his dog, but it's how he found him that made him both angry and worried about the safety of other pets in the Bay. Simon Shepherd reports.
Meet Cruz, when he first came into Greg Clarke's life.
Yeah, he looked like a bear or something like that, but yeah, he was pretty cute.
And for almost 7 years, Greg and Cruz were mates, surfing, fishing, not much time apart.
He was a bit your buddy too. You used to let you lean on him when you were sitting down.
So the morning of May the 23rd was like any other. This security camera footage shows Cruz following Greg around the house as they got ready to go down to Greg's farm. And that's where Cruz went missing later that night.
So this is where he was seen last.
Cruz and another dog were away from Greg near the river chasing possums.
And headed up this tree here. You can see his teeth marks in here. When he gets excited with possums, he's quite keen for us to come and shoot them so he can get them.
At the same time that night, there were lights on the other side of the river, which is a dock reserve.
A couple of guys were hunting possums. They were stationed there for about 8 minutes at the same time Cruz was here.
And Cruz wasn't seen again. Did you go and ask the possum hunters whether they'd seen Cruz?
We sent someone over to speak to them a couple of days later, who did, and yeah, they reckon they hadn't seen him, and a lot of other people go into the dock reserve.
And so the hunt began. Greg, Hannah and their friends searched night and day. But the area is a mixture of farmland and wetland, and with plenty of river, a lot of places for a dog's body to go missing.
I think you're going to go crazy because every time a dog barks or you see a dog or cat's eyes in your car lights at night time, you think it might be him.
Greg and Hannah left no avenue unexplored. Every remote street sign bore a missing poster, and the leads started coming in.
From all sorts of dogs being loaded into the back of the cars by undesirables for dog fighting, and people have seen these happening, and whether it was him, and people ringing about seeing a run over a dog on the road. And it's not so much fun wondering if it's your pet on the road and you're picking it off with a pocket knife between cars, trying to get a bit of it back to the side of the road so you can try and assess what colour its fur is.
But still no Cruz. So last week, Greg took out a full-colour, full-page ad in the Bay of Plenty Times. And on the day it was published, a positive lead. Out here in the Maketu estuary, a walker found a dog's body. It had been shot at close range in the top of the head.
His identification had been taken off, his collar had been taken off. He'd lost, all the fur was off his face and off his feet, so he'd been in the water for a little while and hard to know how long he'd been dead.
And that wasn't the only gruesome discovery. Washed up on the same small reedy island was another dog's skull with a similar story.
Bullet holes in the top of the head. The exit wound with Cruz was through the lower neck, so it's been shot from above. Yeah. So the person's had to be very close to the dog.
Greg took the skull to a vet to be identified.
The vet said it's like a collie, border collie, and collies and Labradors are both pets.
Dog rangers say there have been no other reports, and maybe it's a farmer who doesn't like dogs harassing stock. Whoever it is, Greg and Hannah say they won't stop investigating.
Do what we can to stop it happening because it's such a loss and it's an unneeded one. And why?